I've been writing a book. I think I've mentioned it a few times on the channel, but essentially I've been writing a book. The reason why I've been writing a book recently is because from about October to December, I wrote a film, my first proper dedicated film. When I say that, it's like, what do you mean by dedicated film? Essentially, I'm making a film, I'm editing a film that's made out of the third series of Two Housemates, which obviously has its own things that I need to talk about. If it's only the third series, what about the first two? But that's besides the point. Let me know in the comment section if you'd like me to talk about that. It's great. I really like it. It's about making sacrifices and kind of how subconsciously or consciously we've already decided what we're willing to sacrifice to help someone. And it works really well. I really like it. I think it's fantastic. It's got some really great horror in it. I'm very proud of it. I've been sharing that experience with a friend of mine, a really good friend of mine who is an author. And I won't say her name, but like she genuinely famous in Norway, like genuinely famous, prolific, brilliant author, very smart, very funny, very witty. And I've been sharing that experience with her, and she has been incredibly supportive. Now, I'm going to do a whole video about how important it is to support one another, because essentially her support from me creating this long form script, the longest thing I've ever written, having that experience and having her support me in that, and her talking about her experiences of being an author, has led me to doing something that I've always wanted to do, which is writing a book. That's why it's so important to support one another, because I would have never done it if she didn't support me during the script and her talking about her experiences of being an author and how they connect, how we sort of, it's just long form storytelling, and that has been incredibly important and integral to my development. And although I have been editing, it is important to say I have been editing as I've been going along. What I'd essentially do is I'd write about 6 to 7 pages, and then I would go back and look at the 6 to 7 pages and try and make it better. Instead of going, this happens, I instead go, this and that happens. That's my process. Once I hit 100 pages, so I'm on 101 pages now. This has taken me since the second week of January to the last week of February. So I don't know if that's fast or not, but it's been pretty fast in my very limited experience. I have now gone from looking at the day's work, editing that, and then moving on to, I've done 101 pages. I'm going to go straight back to the start and edit all the way to current page. And that process has been really, really interesting, because I've seen the development of my own writing in real time. Literally going like, okay, the prologue's pretty shit. Like, I can't get my tenses right. Is this past tense? Am I writing in present tense? What is this? To the chapter I'm on now, which I think is on chapter 8. And I'm going, I don't have to do much editing. It's genuinely all right. And that is the most important feeling as a writer, to be able to read your own script and go, yeah, it's all right, actually. It's not giving me existential dread and making me question whether I'm even creative, let alone a good writer. But it's been really interesting to see that development, because I've never, as much as I've written as a script writer, and there is description and what you call the action. Within the action, literally details like, Jack walks in and holding a mug. Actually, this is not a mug, it's like a tankard like thing that we got from a charity shop, and I refused to drink from it for about a year and a half, because I was 100% sure, because it was from a charity shop, that it had someone's ashes in it. I don't know. I just got it into my mind box. But yeah, essentially, it's a small description. You can add flowery language to it, but essentially, in scripts, it is quite important to stick to a page length, because that kind of, every page sends dread to the production team. So the more you can stick it, okay, we'll aim for 5 pages, we'll make this 5 pages. With a book, it is very much like you have to be descriptive, because you're painting the picture for the reader. They're literally conjuring it in their mind box with the information that you're giving them. So I've really had to focus and knuckle down on making sure the descriptions of people, land, the history, the goings on is important enough and descriptive enough to paint a picture. Now, admittedly, I'm being very the one thing that is important to me, and I'll go into this in another video, but I'm not really being that descriptive about skin tone. I think there's a few people it's very obvious that they're either white or Asian, or they've got those roots in them. But ultimately, I'm pretty happy for if a film or a TV series comes along. I'm not gonna be like, no, they're all white. They're all white. No. Literally, if there's a best person for the job, go for it. But also, it enables the reader to be able to assign their own skin tones and preferences to the characters if they wish to, and I'm totally cool with that. So it's been a great experience. This is 7 minutes long, so I haven't actually gone into what it's about. Wait, 7 minutes according to this, I'm sure I edited it down. So the book is a fantasy, it's about a happy man. It's a fantasy series